A few weeks ago, I released my annual video on my top 10 games of not E3, but I did notice how strange it was that there hadn't been a limited run game show in June. LRG usually has something that pops up on my radar, and I featured game announcements from them before in these videos. Well, they were a bit late, but LimitedRunGames brought back LRG3 on July 12th, 2023, and they had some pretty darn great announcements, not gonna lie. The original Clock Tower is getting its first ever official English release, we can unleash chaos once more in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and hey, a teaser for mystery games based on some popular 90s cartoons. I'm curious what those are gonna be. So, because I enjoyed the show, I'm gonna be doing a quick video on my top 5 games of LRG3 2023. Guess that's one way to get around my usual only 2 games per show rule. But I am still keeping my only games that were new to me rule. So Plumbers Don't Wear Ties getting announced for the 3rd time means it's not getting included here. Alright, let's get started. Gex was actually one of the very first PlayStation games I ever owned, and truthfully, it's the only entry in the series I've ever played. So I don't even mentally associate Gex with being a 3D platformer. But LRG brought every obnoxious YouTuber shitpost to life by reviving Gex. Well, by bringing the Trilogy to modern consoles, at least. Only time will tell if this smart-alecky reptile will get a future installment. It's kind of funny to me how I ended up not including the remake of Super Mario RPG on my top 10 list from a few weeks ago, but here I am talking about a game that openly wears its Mario RPG inspiration on its sleeve. Everything from the battle system, dungeons, and even camera angles borrow from the iconic Nintendo title. But hey, if you're gonna be inspired by something, be inspired by something great. It certainly helped another Crusade leave a positive impression on me, and I do like how the characters all seem to be wooden dolls, as if the entire game is just chock full of Genos. Tomba is coming back to modern systems, and that's pretty darn awesome. However, that's not who I'm giving this spot to, because literally 5 minutes before announcing Tomba, they announced a game that they openly said was inspired by Tomba, and I'll admit, this new IP with Double Shake had me salivating. The presentation said that other inspirations were Klonoa and Mischief Makers, so I think I'm in for a pretty good time on this one. The gameplay looks super fun, and I'm not gonna lie, the protagonist is super cute. I like this. Man, those Zelda CD-i games sure were bad, weren't they? But what if they weren't? There actually have been fan projects that fixed aspects of those old CD-i games, like hit detection and controls and stuff, and it turns out that they had the potential to be pretty enjoyable games with memorable, iconic cutscenes. Well, the folks at CD-i, I get it, saw the potential in this and brought us RZ the Jewel of Faramore, a game that just looks, well,
good.
If you're at all familiar with the series, you're probably aware of the story that the Shantae sequel on the GBA was cancelled due to a lack of publisher interest thanks to low sales of the original title. But what if that game was suddenly back? Shantae Advance Risky Revolution was officially announced and is the missing chapter between the original Shantae and Risky's Revenge. Considering I covered all 5 of her previous adventures on my channel last year to celebrate the series' 20th anniversary, I don't think anybody is surprised that this cancelled installment getting life after all these years made it my #1 game of LRG3 2023. I can't wait to jump back into things with my favorite half-genie hero. Alright, so there are my top 5 games of the show, but what were some of yours? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to take a look at my top 10 games of not E3 for this year if you haven't seen it yet. Please consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on future videos, and thanks for watching. I'll see you around, but until then, take care.